You took it out really fast. You and Emma seemed like you wanted to keep your pace. Could you explain the thinking there?
Yeah, you know, I really drew on my experience at London Marathon where, you know, I went out with the leaders, but then I could tell when it was like just a little too fast. And so, so fortunately, I had talked to Emma and Kira and been like, hey, I'd love to work with you guys. I don't want to mess up your mojo, but like if we're together somewhere, like I would love to work together. And so thankfully, Emma and I just found each other there, and she's just such a smooth runner. It felt really good to run with her. So, so yeah, I was checking our splits and we were running plenty fast out there. So I didn't really want to run faster than that. So yeah, it was awesome to get to work with her for so much of the race and get to like control the pace together.
Yeah, it seemed like there was almost team tactics going on for a while until you decided to turn on the afterburners and chase that top 5.
Yeah, I decided, you know, I'm like, if I'm gonna go for a medal, like it's now or never. Like it was comfortable to run with them, but I was like, I've got to go now. And you know, it was tough because I couldn't see anyone for a really long time, and I knew that was gonna be the toughest part of the course. There's so many turns, and there's no spectators out there, and so that was really tough to just like be soloing it. But I just kept telling myself like someone would come back to me, just like London, if I could just keep it going, and a few people did, so that was good.
How great was it to run past your 4 daughters each time?
Oh, it was fun. I was able to give them some high fives and like, yeah, I had a lot of fun out there. I think this is like the most fun I've ever had in a marathon. Just like, I wanted to smile as much as I could like early on, because you know it's gonna turn to a grimace eventually. So, but I was even smiling that last lap, and like, yeah, the crowd, I'm really thankful for everyone that turned out, because yeah, I knew that this would be just so special. I don't know if we'll ever get the opportunity to run a championship in the U.S. like this again. So yeah.
How often do you smile at people?
Not usually very often. That was definitely like the best I felt at 30K probably ever. So that was, yeah, it was really, really fun and encouraging to like, I just felt like I had more there and was just trying to just push as hard as I could. But it was helping me to be able to still enjoy the crowd and stuff, because I wasn't hurting too bad.
You saw Emma and Sara, finish you guys all like what was that moment like for you guys? What were you saying to each other?
Oh, I don't remember what we were saying, but hey, congratulations. But yeah, it was, I mean, U.S. distance running is just incredible right now. So I think we all just are inspiring each other. I mean, Emma just ran such an amazing race in Chicago. Kira's just been crushing it. Her story's so incredible. And so this was just a really special team to be able to, I think we just, yeah, just have a lot of respect for each other and like are pushing each other out there. So yeah.
That now or never decision to sort of push to try to go for the medal. When in the race did that come?
I think like before I came through here for the last time, like maybe another mile back, like. Yeah, and I probably pushed a little too hard through here. I think I saw 4:57 on my watch. I got a little excited. It was really loud through here, and like, so I think I kind of paid for that a little later. But yeah, thankfully, eventually, like further into the loop, I could finally see some people and could kind of lock in with them. But it was a really long time before I really saw anyone. It was, yeah, pretty quiet.
What's the story behind the Wheaties box?
Someone made this for me, which is, you know, I've always wanted to be on a Wheaties box.
So
Not
just
really.
a fan, like, in the finisher,
Yeah.
handed it to you?
Yeah.
What was it like having like there's this huge packs of cyclists and runners like alongside you? Did you see any of that? Were you aware of how many people were out there?
They weren't really like in front of us, but I saw that in the men's race yesterday. I was running, and all of a sudden I turned around. There's this bike gang behind me, like closing on me. So that's really cool that they had space for that, you know, because yeah, they're definitely half the course was really quiet. Spectators weren't really allowed, so I was really thankful for these areas that were louder. Yeah.
And I know you've written goals on your mirror before, your bathroom mirrors. Do you have a goal for this in mind on that mirror?
Yeah, you know, I've actually not been at home with that, so I did have worlds and a little medal like earlier in the year, but we kind of shifted the goal. I mean, obviously that's the dream, but I think we were more focused on just like how deep can you go, like how deep can you push, and just trying to like get to a place I've never been before, and so that was more the focus, and just being really present and enjoying the experience of running here was kind of more the focus. Yeah.
Did you feel like you got there? Did you feel like you got to a deep place?
I think I got to enjoying it. I think it's hard for me to really like when I'm just completely by myself, like to quite get as much out of myself. I'm just a competitor, and so this makes me excited to try to go for a time sometime where I can be like in a pack or with a rabbit or something, because yeah, it just makes me excited to like next time I get to run fast.
You said you weren't at home a lot for, I guess, recently. Where were you for this build-up then?
I was mostly in Crested Butte, Colorado, some in Flagstaff, Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you were talking about like the discussion you had with the other Americans about maybe like working together, when exactly did that happen? Was that before the race?
It was really, yeah, it was like as we were walking out here. I had kind of meant to talk to them about it, but you just never know like what, you don't want to like mess with what people's, what they want to do. I wasn't sure, like, I mean, I wanted to work together, and then thankfully they were both like, yeah, like let's, like if it makes sense, like let's do that. And so yeah, thankfully it did.
So what was the feeling, like you three crossed like halfway basically all together at that point? How did that feel with them?
It felt great, yeah. I mean, I loved working, especially with Emma and then Kira later. I think it just felt like, especially like being in the front and just having like the crowd support because they could see us like every lap and stuff. I think that just, to me, it kind of reminded me of like Stanford, where we would just kind of run 3 across and control the pace together, and I felt really comfortable doing that. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I watching the men's race and that massive pack, like, to me, I'm not really used to being buried in people because I train alone. So I was kind of enjoying just having like Emma right there and like one other person personally. Like watching them, I was like, I would not like to be totally buried like that. So yeah, it was good.
Sarah, we're just going to be scooters a couple interviews down.